Good afternoon, good afternoon, everybody else on the West Coast. Good morning, 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 good morning. And everybody else in between this great, big, beautiful country of ours. How the hell you doing? What do you know? What do you say? What's up? What's happening? Insanity. Insanity. Welcome to Chuck's Mangled News. Okay. Oh, my. So what's up today? What are you doing? Oh, get the frick to work. Go to work. Okay, this is not a new. That's why it's the Mangled News. This is not a kid show. It's for adults only. So if you got crumb munchers, rugrats, young ones running around, kick their ass outside if it's nice, put them down to bed if they're too young for a nap. Give them an iPhone, Xbox, PlayStation. Go keep them busy. You know, they don't need to be hearing some of this stuff. So when this old jarhead gets pissed, shit starts flying. So, okay, we cleared that up. Anyway, what's new? What's happening? Bernie Madoff died. Yeah, who's Bernie Madoff? You know, he's the Ponzi scheme scammer, crack people out of millions of dollars, that kind of shit. Oh, my. Well, hopefully, he died in prison. Headline, he died in prison, yep. Maybe someday we'll read that headline about the former guy. Maybe. So what's, I don't know. Okay, here, student loan cancellation of $50,000. Not going to help my daughter. She owes $189,000. How is that possible? Yeah, she got a master's degree and she got all these freaking loans. And I tell you what, she was kind of, this is the crazy thing. The minute they came out with these guaranteed loans that banks are protected from students claiming bankruptcy and stuff like that, they were throwing money out. They were throwing money out the window, giving it to everybody. I mean, like, knowing that no matter what happened, they were going to get their money back. And the other thing was there's federal student loans that were guaranteed loans. So they said, hey, yeah, we give you all the money you want. We're never going to lose a dime. And then the interest they charge is so freaking, don't even tell me low interest loans. Because when you got that much debt, all you got, and you get these deferments and stuff like that, that's what's killing it. The interest keeps adding. On. So it's one of the biggest rackets the banks have ever had. So now see, that's the thing. They need a $2 trillion for a infrastructure plan, and then if they would do another $2 trillion for student loans. Listen to me, just throw that money out there. A trillion here, trillion there. Trillion down the road, we're doing a trillion. Why not? Why not? And Republicans are bitching. Oh, our grandchildren have to. You know what? I heard that same argument 50 years ago. Not 5 years, not 10 years, not 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. The same argument for both sides. All depending on who's president, who's in charge. We'll never be able to afford it. Our grandchildren will be paying for it. Yes. Hey, do you know what? Look back 15, 20 years ago. And have you really noticed that maybe you were paying your grandparents' debt or your parents' debt through taxes and everything else? Are you like living on the street? from paying those taxes? Are you going without a loaf of bread because you're paying those taxes? Seriously. No. That's a simple answer. So what? So what? Okay, you know what? They're busy. The government's busy adding trillions of dollars in government waste. You know. Why do they need to do? Okay, here's the thing. They were big on this clear back in Vietnam. You know, $500 for a toilet seat. You know, all this other shit. They were supposed to clean all that shit up 50 frickin' years ago. Do you think they cleaned it up? No. The same wasteful garbage is going on now that went on 50 years ago. They don't have the ability to clean their own house. I don't think they can wipe their own ass. Boy, I'm really holding back the F-bomb, ain't I? Ain't this some shit? Ain't this, you know, and I got to save his shit for Chuck's Rant Radio, you know. I keep saying this stuff on Chuck's Mangled News. Chuck's Rant Radio ain't going to have anything to say when it comes live. But it's crazy. Okay, so Forbes, 1 hour ago. Student loan cancellation of $50,000 would forgive student loans for 36 million people. Okay, what about the other 120? Okay, I don't know. But there was thing, they canceled student loans for, and they restricted it to universities or like Trump University or those scam schools where you pay all this money or you owe all this money for, you know, how to become a needle threader in bumfuck Egypt. You know? Okay. Here's what you need to know. That's what they're saying here. And what it means for your student loans. New data from the U.S. Department of Education shows the impact of student loan cancellation on student loan borrowers. Senator Elizabeth Warren, you know, she's a great lady. She has I don't know, she must do this in, you know, her spare time, which is probably all the time, her being in the government, her being a senator, you know, go do her, but then she's like, no, I'm serious, not to see, that's Mangled, denigrate her. Okay, she is a very smart lady. She has answers for practically every problem. And they're good answers. They're like shit. Like, that's how good they are. That's how good they are. Senator Elizabeth Warren requested the data on student loan cancellation as part of her push to cancel up to $50,000 of student loans for eligible student loan borrowers. This includes direct loans and FFELP loans owned by the U.S. Department of Education. Here are some key highlights. How many student loan borrowers would get total student loan cancellation? Congress and President Joe Biden are considering student loan cancellation. While they differ on the amount of student loan cancellation, they both support some form of wide-scale student loan forgiveness. Here is how many student loan borrowers would get complete student loan forgiveness based on the per borrower amount of student loan cancellation. $10,000 of student loan cancellation, 15 million borrowers. 20,000 of student loan, 24.1 million. 30,000 of student loan cancellation, 30 million. I don't know what all this means. 40,000. Why are you reading it, you dumbass? Okay, 40,000 of student loan, 33.7. 50,000 student loan, 36.1. How many student loan borrowers in the student loan default would complete a student loan cancellation? I don't know. That sounds like a Johnny Carson joke. How many? Okay, here it comes. As of December 31st, 2019, approximately 10.3 million student loan borrowers were in student loan default, or 91 plus days delinquent out of approximately 45 million student loan borrowers with student loans. Well, that makes sense. How could you be a student loan borrower and not have student loans? These people are like right on top. Okay, based on the amount of student loan forgiveness, here's how many student loan borrowers would get complete student loan cancellations. I'm not going through this shit again. Okay, $10,000 of student loan cancellation, $4.7 million. $20,000 student loan cancellation, $7.2 million. $30,000 of student loan cancellation, $8.5 million. $40,000 of student loan cancellation, $9.3 million. $50,000 of student loan cancellation, $9.8 million. Who are these people? Do you know? I have no freaking clue what they're talking about. So anyway, if you want to go ahead and through the eye of a needle, if you want to Google look this up, you're more than welcome to. I'm freaking lost. This is Forbes.com, April 14th, 10:03 a.m. The people working early. Student loan cancellation of $50,000 would forgive student loans for 36 million people. My $2 trillion idea would be a lot better. Just send us your loan and we'll pay it. We'll pay us. The whole idea behind the student loan forgiveness is to free up money for the economy. So people can buy cars and buy houses. Get married. I never could figure that out. How can a student loan keep people from getting married? Well, I guess because of being in debt right off the bat. I don't know. What the hell? Do you know? I don't know. If you want to get hitched, you got to get hitched. That's all there is to it. Okay. No, I don't want to do Rise of the Empire. You quit sending me stupid stuff. Oh, no. Uh-oh, politics. Here we go. Fox News, they're right on top of shit. Everything. And this was written by Ron Blitzer. I don't think he's any relation to Wolf Blitzer, but we don't know. We'll have to look that up someday. Not today. Who gives a shit, right? This was published 3 hours ago. House Democratic margin shrinks to 2 votes with swearing in of Republican Julia Letlow. I didn't know that. House Democrats' majority will be down to 218 to 212. Well, how's the margin shrink to 2 votes when it's 218 to 212? Help me understand this. House Democrats are barely holding on to their majority with Representative-elect Julia Letlow, a Republican from Louisiana, set to be sworn in Wednesday morning. Letlow will be joining the House in the seat originally won by her husband, Luke Letlow, that's a shame. He died in September from COVID-19 before he was supposed to be sworn in. Julia Letlow won special election in March. Okay, this gives Republicans 212 seats in the House, catching up to the Democrats' 218. Since tie votes fail in the House, that means Democrats cannot lose more than 2 votes from their party to pass legislation if the GOP fully opposes them. What? Since tie votes fail in the House, that means Democrats cannot lose more than 2 votes in their party to pass. That slim margin of error could prevent Democrats from passing more progressive bills than moderates and their party may not support. Okay, so this is, Some reinforcements may soon be on the way, however, with Democrats favored in 2 of the 3 House special elections that will be held over the next 2 months. Yay! I'm about as excited as a piss ant and a snowball. Jesus Christ. Oh, my goodness sakes. Ooh, BGR 3 hours ago. Ooh, here's something for you. Your Privacy Act I was talking about yesterday. Not so good. The FBI is hacking hundreds of computers in the U.S., but for good reason. A little more than a month after Microsoft had closed a bombshell piece of cybersecurity industry news, an attack on Microsoft Exchange servers, whereby state-sponsored hackers from China were chaining together attacks on 4 vulnerabilities in Microsoft's email cloud service in order to steal data. The U.S. government just shared a pretty incredible piece of related news. Okay, this was from BGR.com, April 14th at 9 o'clock this morning. How about that shit? Okay, court documents were unsealed, enabling U.S. Justice Department announcement that the FBI had undertaken what the department calls a successful operation to copy and remove backdoors remaining in the hundreds of vulnerable computers around the U.S. The operation to remove these remaining malicious web shells was necessary, the Justice Department announcement says, but because they could have been used to maintain and escalate persistent unauthorized access to U.S. networks. The FBI removed all of these backdoors by sending a command to the server through the web shell, which was meant to prod the server to delete only the web shell. Is that anything like eggshells? Like that guy in the commercial, am I hashtagging? Today's court-authorized removal of the malicious web shells demonstrates the department's commitment to disrupt hacking activity using all of our legal tools, not just prosecutions, said U.S. Attorney and Assistant Attorney General John C. Demers for the Justice Department's National Security and all that shit. So there you go. BGR 3 hours ago. What's this? Okay, The Hill, Ray, W-R-A-Y. FBI opens investigation into China every 10 hours. What the hell is this? FBI Director Christopher Wray told Senate Intelligence Committee members on Wednesday that the agency is opening an investigation into various Chinese government actions every 10 hours. Whew. We're opening a new investigation in China every 10 hours, and I can assure the committee that's not because our folks didn't have anything to do with their time. Ray said it at the committee's annual Worldwide Threats hearing. We have now over 2,000 investigations that tie back to the Chinese government. Ray's comments came in response to a question from Senator Marco Rubio on Florida Chinese and Russian influence efforts. Oh, listen to this. Hold up. Okay, folks. New Orleans woman jailed after swab fat finger. Okay. Accidentally sent her $1.2 million. When a group of Revlon borrowers refused to return more than $500 million in Citigroup's money, a judge ruled that they were within their rights to keep it. Wow. When a group of Revlon borrowers refused to return more than $500 million in Citigroup's money, a judge ruled that they were within their rights to keep it. But as Bloomberg pointed out in a recent report, a woman was arrested after not returning $1.2 million that was erroneously transferred to her Charles Schwab account in February due to an issue created by a software enhancement. Spadoni, 33, an emergency call operator in New Orleans, was accused of moving the mistakenly deposited funds into another account and using some of the money to buy a new car and a house. Authorities said she received the money after initially trying to transfer $82.56 to another account. She's like, ooh, me? Ooh, me? While Schwab's error is among the technical errors such as misplaced decimal points and so-called fat finger mistakes, ultimately losing $1 million is a pittance compared to the nearly $1 billion that Citi initially transferred via a back-office error. According to an explanation published by Bloomberg, the software error was the result of a workaround gone wrong. Oh, maybe Citigroup was trying to do something illegal and mistakenly gave people money. But this is different. This is like, what, Charles Schwab? Schwab? Remember the commercial? Schwab? That's Schwab. We don't have that. We don't have that. Oh, well. So, hey, wait a minute. Schwab sues former client. But then they say she was arrested. She was jailed. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Okay, politics, popular mechanics. You want to read this? I'm not going to read the article. Russia is still testing its terrifying apocalypse torpedo. Oh, listen to this. Forbes 4 hours ago. I'm telling you. You've heard it here first. You've heard it here first. Air combat is hard. Air combat over water is harder. So the Chinese Air Force is practicing. But you know what? It's a good thing they don't have kung fu in the air. You know, or we'd get our ass beat. You know? I don't know, man. You know what? We got to really do some heavy-duty training in the martial arts. I mean, the military. I mean, even the people. You know, they got like 1 billion Chinese over there, a couple billion or something like that. They can just march right over here and just like take over every city. All they need is like one Shaolin monk. Hoya, hoya, hoya. I'm not bashing. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth, man. I'm telling you the truth. It ain't nothing to do with hate or anything else like that. It's just like the truth, man. They got like all these people, you know, their army, and they got the Air Force playing in the water with the airplanes and stuff like that. It's a good thing they don't have kung fu, you know, chop suey, all that shit. You know, and I'm not bashing the Chinese, and I'm not, you know, I love the Chinese. I love the Japanese. I love the Korean. I love the Taiwanese. I love all Southeast Asia. Except for North Vietnam. They can go suck my dick. And Pol Pot, he can suck my dick too. Excuse my language. I'm so sorry. Huh? See? You get under that stuff, and it's just like, oh boy. Oh boy, okay. So anyway, the Chinese Air Force last month dramatically demonstrated a key tactic for a possible war across the Taiwan Strait. On March 26, a record-setting 20 People's Liberation Army Air Force warplanes sortied from the Chinese-maintained mainland and approached Taiwan along two axes. While most of the aircraft pro-Taiwanese defense southwest of the island country, 4 H-6K cruise missile bombers and a Y-8 support plane continued southeast over the Bashi Channel, separating Taiwan and the Philippines, then turned north, arriving at a station in international airspace east of Taiwan. In other words, the PLAAF bombers encircled Taiwan, a move that China's state-owned Global Times newspaper touted as potentially decisive in wartime. From that position, the PLA can not only strike military facilities on the east side of the island, but also lock down the island entirely. I don't think so. That's if you're unopposed. So don't do that stuff. I mean, we got a lot of great Chinese people in this country. China, please, China. Think about it. settle yourself. I know Trump got you mad, okay? But don't take it out on everybody else. And leave Hong Kong alone, too. You're perfectly happy. Man, you know you were making money off of that shit. Now you're screwing it up. People don't understand that, right? Okay, well. Oh, boy, oh, boy. The Daily Beast. Okay, I'm going to just I got to check my time here. Michigan GOP leader rages after catching COVID at near maskless MAGA meeting. Well, this is from the Daily Beast today at 6:18 a.m. A top official in the Michigan Republican Party has been left fuming after being forced to attend a near maskless meeting inside a restaurant, then ending up in a hospital with a severe case of COVID-19. Jason Watts, the treasurer of his local GOP committee, told Michigan Live that he was required to go to the March 31st party meeting because officials were mulling whether to fire him after he criticized Donald Trump in the pages of the New York Times. He recounted entering the meeting, seeing just 2 people out of 70 wearing masks, and commented, "I felt like I was going into a den of virus." Well, you were. After the meeting, he tested positive for the virus and is still recovering in a hospital 2 weeks later. A mask shouldn't have had a political party, Watts said. A vaccine shouldn't have a political party, but we've conjured these things to have these connotations. Watts said at least 6 people who attended the meeting have fallen sick. Way to go, dumbass! My dad used to smack me upside the head, and he says, "Damn it, if they would jump off a bridge, would you jump off too?" Apparently, these people growing up, they didn't learn this lesson. How freaking dumb. How freaking dumb can you be? Tell me that. Just tell me that. Okay, just knock New York off, okay? But you got to understand that, right? Oh, here's 3 GOP senators who still refuse to get a COVID vaccination. There's still hope in the world. Okay, Forbes.com, April 13th, 12 p.m. The number of U.S. senators who said they're not planning to get a COVID shot is down to 3, after Senator Rick Scott said Tuesday he'd be getting vaccinated this week. Here are the senators who's still skeptical getting vaccinated. They're not skeptical, they're just dumb. Okay? Key facts. Senator Rand Paul, yay! Who is a physician. He's not a physician, he's a freaking eye doctor. Which is a physician, right? But don't say he's a physician. A physician goes like all in here and all around. He's an eye doctor. Who's a physician, has still not been vaccinated. Spokeswoman Kelsey Cooper told Forbes since Paul already had COVID-19 and believes there are many millions of other Americans who should receive the vaccine ahead of him. Okay, so I got 38 seconds, folks. I'm trying to get there. Senator Mike Braun told the Indianapolis Star he's considering getting the vaccine, but he's also expressed concerns over ties vaccinations have to abortion-derived cell lines. Oh, jeez. I'll tell you that story later. Okay, so Scott, blah, blah. Okay, so that's the 3. Anyway, you want to read the rest of it? That's it. My time's up. I had a great time. I had a wonderful time. Too bad we couldn't have our tea and crumpets. I don't know what I'm going to have for lunch. Okay, well, that's it, folks. Jeez. Okay, move this shit around. Make all kind of noise, you dumbass. Well, I got to. I gotta move gotta get my mice. Gotta get my mice in line here. Let's get these mice in line. Where the hell you at, mice? Okay, there's that and that and that. And that we're gonna say goodbye to the radio people first, and then we're gonna say goodbye to you, right? See, I did that again. See that? So dumb. Okay, let's click on this and say goodbye. Click on this, say goodbye. Click on this, say goodbye. 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 You guys have a good time, man. Be careful. Don't get that Rona, okay? We'll see you. Yep. Oh, what a great day. Feeling better all the time. Mon Valley Radio. One cough.